Sergio Aguero says he's a Manchester City player, but the club still haven't confirmed they've signed the 23-year-old from Atletico Madrid. Fraser Dayton has the latest.
Sergio Aguero has come out of his hotel room and been out on the street just in front of the hotel because there were one or two Manchester City players who've got wind of where he was staying, but Aguero was happy to come out and sign a few autographs, pose for a few pictures as well. Big smiles on his face, so as we heard from his tweet last night, he's obviously already thinking of himself as a Manchester City player. We're still waiting to find out an official announcement from Manchester City that everything has been signed, sealed and delivered. We still expect that to go through at some point later on this morning. As things were standing late last night, there were one or two minor problems, but I'm told there were minor problems. Shouldn't cause any sort of problems.
Well, goals keep on coming for Manchester United, but without one of their top strikers when the season kicks off. Champions have beaten the MLS All-Stars, but after the win in New York, Sir Alex Ferguson confirmed that Javier Hernandez could miss as much as 3 weeks after suffering concussion earlier this week. That would rule him out of the Community Shield and the opening round of Premier League games. Hernandez was still being assessed as United beat David Beckham's MLS All-Stars 4-0 in New Jersey to record their 4th consecutive victory. Anderson opened the scoring for United before Ji-Sung Park's stunning individual effort made it 2-0 just before half-time. Dimitar Berbatov and substitute Danny Welbeck added another 2 in the second half. The All-Stars were unable to get on the score sheet despite several good shots from Beckham.
But you know, we want to, the more games comes, the more sort of tactical we become, and the more we sort of get ready for the season. And we're happy the way things are going. The season still seems a long way away, but there's not too many games left now, so we'll be prepared for the start of the season.
Now, Chelsea have made an official complaint to the Malaysian Football Association over anti-Semitic abuse directed at Yossi Benayoun. Chelsea claimed the Israeli was subjected to the abuse during the game against the Malaysian 11 last Thursday. Malaysia, as a country supporter of Palestine, has no diplomatic ties with Israel. There has so far been no comment from the Malaysian FA. Benayoun played for Chelsea in last night's win over Kitchi in the Asia Trophy. And as the new season approaches, Andre Villas-Boas is still assessing the squad he inherited. But is he planning any more transfer business?
I was always happy with the squad, and I think it's not difficult. By the way, these players are performing for you to put the Chelsea team together for the Premiership. So it won't go far away from this. I mean, we just need to be able to perform constantly on a weekly basis when the league starts and when the Champions League comes in between.
Next, the final of the Premier League Asian Trophy between Aston Villa and Chelsea. It's live at 1 o'clock in the afternoon on Saturday over on Sky Sports HD2. Now, it's an astonishing report in one of this morning's papers which suggests some of Europe's top clubs could break away from UEFA and FIFA and form their own league. The Guardian believes the European Clubs Association, which includes Manchester United, Liverpool, Chelsea and Arsenal, are planning the move in protest of FIFA's plans to increase the amount of international football.
This is not European clubs wanting to clean up FIFA or end corruption. This is European clubs worried that FIFA are about to extend the international calendar, put more international fixtures in, and they still haven't resolved the issue of insuring players when they're playing international football. And so Europe's top clubs, who obviously spend a lot of money on these players, are posturing, I think, at the moment, but this is how it started in this country. And the quite clear threat is that in about 2014, they would break away from UEFA and FIFA and form their own competition. They don't want their players taken away for extra games. And Matt Scott, being a proper journalist, has rung some of the clubs, and intriguingly, they've refused to comment. None of them have rubbished the story. None of them have said, don't know what you're talking about.
English cricketers are having